What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Don't Forget About Me, the Supernova version, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's talk about the summoners, and I guess we can talk about the cards in general, but I've been focused primarily on the summoners because that is the key, the gateway into unlocking all of these Conclave Arcana cards. Now, granted, you can just buy the other cards or the unit cards and play them with the older summoners, but the whole synergy of Bloodlines is where these cards shine and where the set shines. And so I've just been tracking where these cards are at and really how they've held their value is what I am very impressed with. Now, that being said, I do want to be very clear, and I kind of talked about this on the live stream earlier. I do want to be very clear that I expect some kind of lull period. I'm going to do a separate video on this at some point, but I expect some kind of lull period where, you know, a lot of the buying slows down from current players because they've either gotten their fill or it's just, you know, players have maxed out whatever they want to max out, and we're just happy with what we have, right? We saw that with Rebellion. We saw that with Chaos Legion. I don't think that we're going to be immune to it from Conclave Arcana, unless, of course, we get a wave of new players or consistent, you know, waves of new players coming in that keep everything kind of like going, right? The flywheel going, DEC at peg, and of course card prices and card floor prices, I should say, relatively high. But on the whole, you know, I've been, especially with the starter packs and how many starter packs have been purchased, my expectation was that a lot of the summoners were going to be the ones that were going to get dumped on the marketplace. But I suppose that what we're still seeing is that there's just not as many summoners out there, or at least not as many cards out there as people are expecting. Now, that being said, 3,700 summoners, right, is what we're showing here for Razi Clank Trap, for example, right? 3,700, actually across the board, they're all around the 3,700 range. You have Sheng Zhao at over 1,000. So that's still a lot of cards. Now, granted, these may not be fully leveled up. There's probably a lot of single BCXs out there. There's only 67 cards available on the market. So, I mean, we're talking about almost 3,700, right? We'll just say 3,600 cards that are not on the market that maybe are being, let's see what's on the rental market. So 67 here on the sales market, and then only 20 on the rental market. So there's a lot of cards out there that are being used, and we don't even have conflicts set up yet, right? So whether people are playing with these at lower levels, whether it's just, I don't know, people are collecting them. There's no survival mode. So I'm just trying to understand like what all these cards are doing right now. But either way, it's been good to see that we have, you know, a decent price kind of holding here between, we'll say like $1.50 and $2 for the higher tier cards. Now, just for context, I do want to bring in the Rebellion cards, and what I want to focus on, the Rebellion Summoner cards, and we're only going to focus on the rare summoners here, right? So we can get like a one-to-one kind of one-to-one kind of comparison. It's not really apples to apples, but, you know, with Rebellion, we brought in Tactics. With Conclave Arcana, we brought in the Bloodline Synergy, right? Bloodline Dominion. So this is the closest thing we're going to get. Now, Avina of the Wolf is the only one that is really kind of here in that same range as the others, right? Sitting at $1.88. And oddly enough, check this out. There's 3,700 copies of this card out there. Again, that includes combined BCX. So, you know, this is why I'm kind of expecting either, you know, the prices to go down, or the of the Conclave Arcana summoners, or the and we're just looking at regular foil here, to be very clear, right? We're just looking at regular foil. So either the prices to come down during a lull period, or people will start maxing these out, start leveling up the cards, combining them, which will bring this circulating count down. But you can kind of see here with, you know, some of the other Rebellion summoners that are on the bottom now. So $1.30 for Underboss Fabino, which is almost in that range. And then, you know, I guess just not really as important to the meta. You got Nomos, Rekla, and Prophet Rosa. Now, is that going to be the same fate for some of these other cards here? I mean, I've actually had a lot of fun with Gorgug, the Endless, right? There's been a lot of stuff, you know, to bring in Orcs and the Enrage ability. So, you know, and Five Bladestone, I've lost to a lot. Bella Radijowski, I've lost to a lot. I love playing with Razi. And then Kalia, I haven't spent much time with. But overall, like, I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know how all this stuff is going to play out. Obviously, there's going to be some other cards that drop, which may be maybe, you know, like, who knows? What if one of the legendary airdrop conflict units is an elf, right? Well, all of a sudden, you know, that boosts Kalia, or if it's an orc, it boosts, you know, Gorgug. Again, there's still a lot that remains to be seen, but just kind of doing this video to capture where we are in this moment in time, about 2 weeks or so into the Conclave Arcana era. And so far, again, with the amount of packs bought, with the amount of packs opened, with the circulating supply, I'm pleasantly surprised to see where the prices are. Like, that is something to just take note of. Now, again, we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out, but I would love to get your thoughts on it, because you guys are out there in the mix, either buying these cards, combining them, playing with them, right? Whatever it is, whatever your experience is so far, let me know in the comments below. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.